के चरणों में सारा संसार, शिव की महिमा जग का आधार। पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के संग सत्य का सहारा। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हैं पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे ये गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। शिव की त्रिनेत्र ज्ञान का दीप, मीनाक्षी की मूर्त भक्ति का संगीत। गुरु की शिक्षा जीवन का प्रकाश, नित्यानंद का नाम सच्चाई का आकाश। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग
Nithyananda, and welcome to each and every one of you for joining us for today's live Nithyananda Yoga session. Request each and every one of you to come settle down as we get started by the chanting of the Sadguru Vandanam, invoking the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, to manifest through each and every one of us as we do Nithyananda Yoga today. Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kevalam Jnanamurtim, Dvandvatītam Gagasadusam, Tattvasya Laksham, Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam, Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam, Bhavatītam Trigunaharitam, Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next is the chanting of the Shivamula Mantra Japa. Chanting that Japa of Paramashiva, which is like the soul of Paramashiva. To manifest Paramashiva here, because yoga is not for physical fitness alone, it is to manifest Paramashiva through the human body. So we are now going to be chanting the Shivamula Mantra 11 times. Please make sure you chant it internally, without any movement of your tongue. We will chant it externally to make it easy for you to follow along. We will be doing this japa 11 times. So let us start.
Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha.
The next is the Tattvachmanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the body and mind to become a pure vessel, ready, empty, and prepared to receive Paramashiva. When Paramashiva's energy flows, Swamiji beautifully says, if you decide to hold as yourself as a small cup, you will only get that much. If you decide to hold yourself as a huge vessel, you will only get that much. But if you decide to jump into that energy itself, you will completely be surrounded by it. The Tattvachmanam prepares our body, our vessel, to receive that energy and manifest it through us. So for this, for the Tattvachmanam, you will need to have your Panchapatra or Udharani, the traditional cup and spoon, filled with some fresh water. Place it in front of you. Take your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, bending the index finger, slightly cupping the palm. Put one Udharani of water in the center of your palm and sip the water through the base of your palm at the end of each of the following mantras. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Wash your hand with the water from the Panchapatra. With the index, middle and ring finger, with the base of the right hand thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip from right to left along with the following mantra. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hand. With the index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above your upper lip and below your lower lip. Wash your hands with the water from the Panchapatra. With the right hand, index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear, and left ear. Wash your hand. With the base of the right hand thumb and little finger joined together, touch your navel center, your right chest, and your left chest. With all the fingers of your right hand joined together, touch the top of your head, your right shoulder, left shoulder, and heart center. With that, now we're going to be entering into the Sankalpa, the creation of the conscious resolution. What it is that you want to manifest through Nithyananda Yoga today, holding that powerfully in your inner space. The creation of the Sankalpa is what Swamiji revealed us with what intention you move your body, that is what manifests. When you hold that strongest intention to manifest the powers, the state, space of Paramashiva, the energy of Paramashiva, the health of the yogic body, simply that manifests when you do Nithyananda Yoga. So holding the Sankalpa in our inner space, now let us get into the chanting of the Sankalpa mantra. Place your right hand over your left, clasping your palms together. The Sankalpa Mudra. Place it on the top of your right thigh.
Om Namo Bharata Samasta Duritakshayadvara Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Sri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanah Dvitiya Parardhe Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्धे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां विश्वावसूनां संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने श्रीलक्ष्मीवेङ्कटेश्वर शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायाम् अस्नक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वरा स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्यज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्तृ श्रीमत्परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान् गीयमान छत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादि समस्त गदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा परमत कलभगेसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षबर शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षण ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्तृ सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिन अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्त्र साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनिक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्ग पुरस्वर्ग पीठ त्रयोदश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रियनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री सिद्ध्यर्थम ऐश्वर्याभिवृद्ध्यर्थम धर्मार्थकामोक्षचतुर्विध फलपुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थम मम समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थम समस्त मंगल अवाप्त्यर्थम भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थम पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थम नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये.
Wash your hand with the water from the Panchpatram. Om Upaskrishya. And place your Panchpatram far away so that it doesn't bother you as we get into Nithyananda Yoga today. Starting with stretching your legs out in front of you. Stretch your legs straight out and start to rotate your ankles in a circular motion, giving yourself a nice stretch. Nicely rotating your ankles. Keep your back straight. And in the other direction. Start to rotate your ankles in the opposite direction. And now pointing your toes and flexing them back. Pointing your toes and flexing them back. Point your toes. Hold it for a few seconds and flex them back and hold it again for a few seconds. And relax. Now come up to a standing position with your hands on your knees and start to rotate your knees in a circular motion, giving yourself a nice stretch. When you're rotating your knees, make sure you push your knees all the way to one side, to the other side, and back up. So you're giving yourself the complete range of motion. And in the opposite direction. Come up to a standing position. Bring your hands to your hips and start to rotate your hips in a circular motion, giving yourself a maximum stretch, leaning forward and down as much as you can, and pushing your hips forward. Giving yourself a super stretch here. Switch directions, rotating your hips in the opposite direction. Push your hips forward, all the way to the side, all the way to the back, trying to bring your back to a 90-degree angle, and then coming back up straight. Now, come to a seated position. And from here, you're going to be twisting your torso from side to side. Try to twist your torso from side to side, giving yourself a nice stretch in the hips and in your chest. Now, bring your hands to your shoulders and start to rotate your shoulders in wide circles. Feel it in your back and shoulders. Keep your awareness on the stretch as you move. And the opposite direction. Bringing your elbows forward. Next, last, our neck. So start to rotate your neck in a circular motion. Give your neck a nice stretch in all the directions. And in the opposite direction. Giving yourself a nice rotation for your neck. Yes, relax now. We're going to first start off with the first asana, Hamsasana. A very powerful arm balance asana to strengthen your core, coming and stretch out your legs. Strengthening your arms, core, and stretching out your legs. And let's get into the asana itself. This asana, we're going to first start with showing you how to do it. In this asana, coming into the Padmasana position, hands between the legs, and raising up and off the ground. In Hamsasana. Now, let's look at step by step how you can master this asana too. Starting with Padmasana. One of the most important steps of doing this asana is bringing your legs into Padmasana. And for that, a thigh flexibility as well as a knee flexibility is needed. Let's test it out now by starting with keeping both your feet together in front of your perineum. Keep your feet a little further apart and see how much you're able to bring your knee to the ground. So first try to keep your leg a little further from the perineum because that's where it starts easy. Of course, yoga is always about progressively stretching yourself deeper and deeper. There's no point at which you can feel that you have completely stretched out. But starting with where your leg is most comfortable. The main point being how close you're able to get your knees to the ground. Is this a position you're able to touch your knees all the way to the ground? Or is it a position that it's most easiest, most closest towards the ground your leg? That is what we have to look at. Just rock your knees up and down. Trying to bring your hands to your knees, push your knees towards the ground. Now, one thing you have to understand, if you bend your back and try to push your knees towards the ground, it will not happen because the bending of the back counteracts the motion of the feet downwards. It may feel that if you bend your back, the pain is not so much, but that is because you're not actually working out the muscles that needed for doing the asana. So sit straight. When you sit straight, immediately you will feel the stretch becomes deeper. But that is where you will work out those muscles needed to do this asana. So sitting straight, try to push your knee towards the ground. Then pulling your leg a bit closer to your body. Try to bring it just a tiny bit closer. And repeat the same process. First rocking your knee up and down. See, at every point, the goal is as much as possible keeping your knees on the ground. And even bring your hands to your knees, trying to push it down towards the ground. Try to bring your knee all the way to the ground. Keep your back straight and slightly lean forward. Roll your hips forward. When you do that, the stretch becomes deeper, allowing the knees to go towards the ground. And when you do it, it's not just about putting the weight through your hands and saying, go, go, go. No, it's also about from internally pushing those muscles lower. So it's not just about you using your hand, but also in the thighs, using those muscles to try to bring your knees towards the ground. When both the effort are there, you'll find that the progress, the breakthroughs start happening. Now bring your foot all the way towards your perineum. Bring your feet towards your perineum completely. And push your knees towards the ground here also. Just pushing your knee towards the ground. You can also open up your heels facing upwards to get a deeper stretch and allow your knees to touch the ground. Try to lean forward slowly and slowly. Leaning forward, trying to get a deeper stretch. Bringing your back to the ground. Now, when you're leaning forward and down, it's important to remember that you have to lead with your stomach. You cannot lead with your head, trying to just bring your head to the ground, because then two things: neither will the asana happen, as well as you are at a high risk of hurting your neck and back when you do it like that. Because this asana is meant to be led with your stomach first. You're bending at the hip, bringing your stomach and chest towards the ground, and then only your face touches the ground. Do this, and it's important to hold. The more and more you hold it in that deep stretch, the more and more your muscles open up to do the asanas. We're going to be holding this and chanting the Mahavakya 11 times. Okay, so stretch your hands out in front of you straight. Bring your torso to the ground, and we're going to chant the Mahavakya 11 times and hold it here. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. If you feel you're not able to come all the way down, come to whichever level you can, how much ever deep you're able to. You're still your eyes are up in the air, wherever you are. But you push yourself to your maximum and hold it there. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Slowly relax and come back up to a seated position now. Slowly relaxing your feet. So you'll have found that can give you such an important stretch. Now we're going to be looking into Padmasana itself directly. For Padmasana, remember, in this position, when you are able to bring your knees to the ground, that is when Padmasana will become easy for you. Because the knees on the ground is very important when it comes to Padmasana. Since in Padmasana, your feet and your knees are not going to be on the same flat surface. Your feet are going to actually be at a slightly higher surface than your knees. And at that point, if the flexibility is not there, your knee will tend to raise. And that is what makes Padmasana difficult. Now to do Padmasana, bring your left foot on the top of the right thigh. Just try to first rock your foot within your arms to open up those thigh muscles. So we're going to open up those thigh muscles by rocking our feet right to left. Give yourself a deep stretch. And then bring your left leg across your thigh and place it at the base. So try to bring the left leg across the torso, placing it at the base of the right thigh. So there you feel that you place it as deep inside. This is very important. You might have a tendency that because of the lack of flexibility to place it in the mid thigh or even at the knee. Try to use your hand, force everything to pull it to the base of the right thigh. Your heel should be touching your torso, your navel center. And from here, this knee, you will find that automatically this knee is raised, especially if you are struggling with Bhadrasana, the previous asana. You will find that even here your knee will be raised. It is about pushing that towards the ground. Pushing the knee towards the ground and holding it there. Because when the knee is on the ground, Padmasana will simply manifest for you. So just take a few seconds now to push that knee towards the ground. Push. And then once this knee is on the ground, let's switch to our right foot. So bring your right foot between your hands, rocking back and forth. Nicely twisting your leg from side to side. Here, constantly trying to pull it deeper in towards the body. So as you're rocking it, whenever the knee comes in front of your face, bring it closer. Try to push it closer towards the perineum. And then try to bring it completely across the torso. Drop the foot at the base of the left thigh. Again, remember it should be touching your navel center. And from here, pushing the knee towards the ground. Working on pushing your knee towards the ground. Rock your knee up and down. Pushing the knee lower and lower towards the ground. The most important part. Now we're going to attempt to do Padmasana itself. First, bring one leg up and try to pull it across the torso to the opposite thigh. Here it's very important you start to push your knee towards the ground. As we have been looking, try to bring your knee as close to the ground as possible. So one thing you might want to try is lift the right leg thigh. When you lift the right leg thigh, the weight shifts towards the knee of the left leg and it might go down towards the ground. Then picking up your right leg. Now again, pull your right leg as deep in, trying to touch your stomach. And then drop it, lean slightly forward and bring the knee to the ground. Breathe in and out deeply. Here, trying to bring your legs as deep as you can. So now, you might find that the flexibility in your thighs and knees are still not, you're not able to bring it to the ground, your knee in Padmasana. So when you're doing it, one more way of doing it is try to put your toes flat against the body. So trying to bring your toes on top of the thigh. When you do that, since the natural shape of the leg is bent, it will allow the knee towards the ground. So when you try to put your full heel on top, you're not able to bring it down, then try to just put your toes and bring it down. Same thing. From here, first pull your foot as close as you can to your body. Now, importantly, when you're bringing up the second foot, if you still are struggling a little bit to do Padmasana or Bhadrasana, the knee still tends to come up. Then bring this left foot as close as you can to you. Hold on to your right knee. Hold on to your right knee with your right hand, and then with the left hand pull the right foot up. So use your hand as a support to prevent your knee from raising up and pull it across. So keep your back straight. This is Padmasana, where your legs are completely crossed. Now, in Padmasana, to master Hamsasana, we're going to need a lot of strength in our arms and in our core. So we're going to start working towards that now. Let us do Lolasana, which is a powerful asana that strengthens both the arms and the core. Hold us off the ground, and we're going to be holding Lolasana to chant Mahavakya 3 times. How to do it? Is you're going to place your palms by the side of your body, closer towards your knees. So not closer towards your hips, but closer towards your knees. And from here, you're going to lift up off the ground. So clench your core tight and pull your knees up and off the ground, lifting. So we'll do it a few times, and this time hold it for 3 Mahavakya chanting. We're going to chant the Mahavakya 3 times and hold it up there. Let's do it. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And slowly relax. Now bring your legs into Padmasana, bringing them to the opposite thighs. From here, bring your hands between. So you will see that when you do this, here you will find 3 different entrances between the legs, 3 different holes. Now the middle hole is going to be here, which you're not going to be using. You're going to be trying to use the hole that comes between the thighs and the shin. So you can see here, between the thighs and the shin, the hole that comes, that is what you're going to be using. So bring your hands inside that. And now in Hamsasana, usually we do Pukutasana. In Pukutasana, the knees are on your forearms. But for Hamsasana, you have to try to bring your knees above the elbow and balance. So now push your hand in as deep as you can. Try to push your hands through the hole. So this particular one, if you feel that you're struggling, it will only come by just practicing. It will only come by doing it again and again and again every single day. And that is when you will see that the asana starts manifesting. So just try it. Just try to put your hands in between your legs. We'll also be showing you an easier way that you can master this. So first try it out. Try putting your hands in between your legs. Now if you feel that you're struggling, you're not able to fit your hands through, they're getting stuck in the elbow, in the wrist, here's what you can do. First, put just one leg on the opposite thigh. So let's take your left leg is on the right thigh. From here, insert your left hand first itself. So you're bringing your left hand and try to put it in the crook of the knee. Try to push the left hand into the crook of the knee and then keep the left leg on the thigh. From here, we are going to be lifting the right leg as well. And one important thing is bring it inside your arm. So it should not be outside the arm, but you should try to bring it inside your arm. And even when you do this, first itself you can put your hand underneath and then bring this inside the arm. You understand? So then you have your hands in, but you do not actually have to insert it. It would be much easier for you. So now once you're in this position, once you're here now, with your hands towards your with your shins at your elbows, you're going to rock yourself forward. And when you rock yourself forward, you'll first feel the weight hitting your heel of your palm. You're going to try to quickly shift the weight onto your fingers. So this is going to be like you rocking up into the position. You're going to rock yourself up into the position. Try to bring your elbows as deep into your arms as possible, into your legs as possible. And rock yourself up. So you will actually need to have your weight on your wrists, balancing on your hands as we do Hamsasana. In Hamsasana, you're going to be visualizing yourself as a swan, a beautiful white swan, doing the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in your inner space. Remember, each of the components are equally important to manifest Nithyananda Yoga through you. So do each of these now, learn each of these, and then we're going to hold it together. Do the Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka. In the Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka, the way you're going to do it is, you're going to be sticking your tongue out and twisting it into the shape of a tube. So twist your tongue into the shape of a tube. Inhale through that tube. Then hold it and exhale through your nose. This is the Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka. You're going to clench your perineum. So just pull in the perineal floor. Try to pull it in towards your body in the Mula Bandha. Gaze at your nose in Hamsasana. Allow the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivam to repeat in your inner space. So holding all these components now, insert your hands and rock yourself up into Hamsasana. Kukkuta asana sthitva skandhaparyantam urunitva tishthet Hamsasanam bhavati. Slowly relax. So that was a very, very powerful asana. The next asana we're looking at is Valgulyasana.
We are now going to be doing Valgulyasana. You can take a look at how this asana is done. We are going to be getting a nice stretch in our hands, our legs, and our back in Valgulyasana. So let us now enter into doing Valgulyasana. We'll be first showing you how to do Valgulyasana and then be entering into some preparatory stretches and asanas to do Valgulyasana. So to do Valgulyasana, it's very similar to inserting your hands between your legs, between the gaps between your shins and thighs. And then once you insert them, you're going to be balancing only on your lower body on the ground. So the balance is very important. And then rotating your arms around your neck, bringing your arms around your neck and balancing over here in Valgulyasana. So let us now show you step by step how you can do Valgulyasana. In Valgulyasana, one very important thing is you're going to be needing to hold your Padmasana very tight. Because in Hamsasana, we were just lifting our body off the ground. But over here, we're going to be pulling our Padmasana back. So it's very important that you can hold your Padmasana tightly. So for this first step to balance in Valgulyasana, to be able to do Valgulyasana, we are going to be doing Matsyasana. Matsyasana will help us show us how we can hold our Padmasana tighter and nicely, even in a lying down position. So first come into Padmasana. Padmasana, as how much ever you can do it.
If you're not able to bring your leg all the way on top, you can first start off in Ardha Padmasana. Since from Ardha Padmasana, when you gain that flexibility, you'll be able to do the full Padmasana.
So you can do Padmasana, Ardha Padmasana based on how you're able to do it. And then you're going to be slowly leaning back. First, you can bring your hands behind your back and try leaning back. See if your Padmasana is holding. You need to hold your Padmasana tight. You can press your feet against your thighs to make sure that your Padmasana is tight. It avoids falling out when you're leaning back. So you can lean back first with your hands, slowly push. Then slowly you can come back onto your forearms. Come onto your forearms, balancing here. If you're able to hold your Padmasana over here, that's very good. And then the last ultimate stretch in Matsyasana will be to completely bring your back to the ground. You need to be able to hold your Padmasana with your back completely on the ground. Over here, what you can do is you can hold your legs and you can try pulling them more deeper inside to get into a deeper Padmasana. One very important thing in Matsyasana is in your Padmasana, your knees need to touch the ground. There is also one more important part. Should not lift up like this. If at all you are not able to hold your Padmasana, you can lift it up and tighten it a bit and then bring it back down. Slowly you can push your leg back down, seeing how much you're able to hold your Padmasana.
If you feel that it's like a board, feel that it's really strong, you're not able to push your knee lower, just do it inch by inch. The same way as we work with every asana, go 1 inch deeper and hold it there. Then go another inch deeper. So this is also for Matsyasana till you can rest your knees on the ground.
And now one more stretching you can do is catch your elbows with the opposite hands. Catch the opposite elbows and then press your hands fully behind your head, entering into the complete Matsyasana. We'll be holding Matsyasana for 7 Mahavakyas, getting a nice stretch in Padmasana. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Slowly relax from Matsyasana. Rock your body up back into a seating position. So that we got a good stretch in Padmasana. One more stretch just before we enter into step by step doing Valgulyasana is you can take your leg, place it outside your shoulder. Outside your shoulder. Take the sole of your feet, place it outside your shoulder and press it out. Using your shoulder and arm, press it out. This will ensure you get a more deeper stretch in your thigh area to be able to do Padmasana better.
Let's hold this and chant the Mahavakya 3 times. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax. Repeat this on the other side.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
One last stretch that we really need to work on is because in Valgulyasana, you're going to be bringing your torso towards your legs. We really need to work on that stretch, the back being able to stretch towards your legs. Again, come with your legs in Padmasana. And from here, lean forward and down. So if you cannot do Padmasana, you can do Ardha Padmasana. But lean forward and down just to see if you're able to bring that knees towards your chest, since that's an important part of Valgulyasana. Bring your hands by your knees and pull yourself down towards the ground. Let's hold this for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And slowly raise up. You can also try to bring your hands around your legs with your knees upward. So here you will also be able to see how you're able to bring your knees towards your chest. How deep are you able to keep your back straight as you do this?
So now we can enter into doing Valgulyasana. Now that we have gotten the stretches, strength, etc. needed to do Valgulyasana, we can now do Valgulyasana. To enter into Valgulyasana, let's take a simple challenge before we do it. Let us do Padmasana without our hands. This will help us also strengthen our Padmasana and make it a much more fun way to do Padmasana. So you're going to first you can lift your left leg or right leg, whichever leg you do usually Padmasana in, which is comfortable for you in. You're going to lift the first leg, place it inside, and then your next leg into Padmasana. You can also do this fast if you want to use momentum to pull it into Padmasana, which is like this. This will help you do Padmasana. It's a fun challenge. You can do this every day and you can practice it and master doing Padmasana without your hands. Swami has revealed this, that this is one of the 64 types of masteries in Hatha Yoga.
Also, do try this and post in the comment section how you were able to do it. How were you able to do one leg, both legs, or completely you are able to do the whole Padmasana without using your hands? Do take a few moments and also post that in the comment section below.
And now we'll enter into doing Valgulyasana. So in Valgulyasana, now that we have come into Padmasana, we are going to insert our hands in between the gaps.
So you can use the same trick as last time. First bring it in and then either way, okay, just to show you another way of doing it, Either you can first bring your elbow in and then bring the foot on top and insert it in the gap, or another way you can do it is the way that it's another way, easier way to do it is bring your left leg to the opposite thigh. So bring your first leg to the opposite thigh and then insert your hand in. Bring one foot to the opposite thigh. As you're bringing the next foot, so as you're bringing your right foot across, you'll see the gap being formed. Immediately put your hand through that, and before your right leg goes on the thigh, from over the right leg, insert your hand into the gap and simultaneously rest your right leg. And this will make it much easier for you to do the asana.
So bend your hands here. You can push your legs a bit as you bend your hands. And then catch around your neck. So you can bend your neck front a little bit if you need to. Try catching your arms around your neck completely. So let us now do Valgulyasana together. In Valgulyasana, you will visualize yourself as a bat. Perform the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, doing the Mula Bandha, and gazing at your nose.
You will automatically see as you do this asana, the Jalantra Bandha also gets engaged.
Chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam and doing the Shambhavi Mudra, which is placing your awareness inwards. And let us now do Valgulyasana together.
Bring your feet to the opposite thighs. Insert your hands in through the gap and pull your arms up towards your neck.
Sadhyo Jaramashooladau Valgulyasanam Sthitva Samam Sarasijetrina Vamshakarnorvoram Ramdhiryoradhaha Sarvarupakarparikau Vidhaya.
And relax. Come back up to a seated position. And with that, we'll be entering into our next asana, which is Saptarishi Asana. This asana is a very powerful asana to open up your hips and your shoulders and will actually be a very good challenge for you. So let's first show you how we do this asana before taking you through step by step into mastering it for yourself. In Saptarishi Asana, the goal is to bring your feet into the respective armpits. You will need to open up your thighs wide apart, bringing your feet in the armpits and clasping your hands around your neck. Now, let's see how to master this. The first step is in Bhadrasana, need to open up your feet wide apart. The wider you can bring your feet, the easier this asana will be for you. So take a box or a yoga block and place it between your feet. You can start off a little thin, okay? Just start with a thin slice, just one small thing, and put it between your feet. Now remember, keep your feet as close to the perineum as you can. So let's say when you're over here, you can already do the complete Bhadrasana. Then it is from here you're going to stretch. But if you feel that no, you're not yet able to do the complete Bhadrasana, your legs still are a bit farther apart before your knees come to the ground, then start from there. But start from the position where your knees are completely on the ground. Start off by placing a thin piece of block between your leg. You can put any kind of hard thing, but remember it should not be something that will easily get crushed, since the force of your legs will be very high. Bring it in between your feet you'll immediately see your knees tend to go up. From there, lower it to the ground. Lower your knees towards the ground. First, let's hold the first step now. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. One more thing that will really help you is you leaning slightly forward. Try to lean forward and do it. And hold. So now let's try to go with a larger gap. Bring your feet outside. Try to get something wider apart that you can keep in between your feet. And first, when your feet are slightly far apart itself, try to do it. So keep your feet a bit farther away from the perineum and bring your knees to the ground. And from here, you're going to start moving your body forward. You'll see that this will give you a very deep, intense stretch. Try to keep your knees on the ground as much as you can the whole time. Rocking your knees up and down. And relax. Now we're going to first practice putting one leg at a time under our arms. First, try to bring one leg and push it behind the shoulder. And in this position now, you'll actually find that your shoulder tends to come forward. Try to bring your torso straight. So when you bring it behind your arm, try to bring your torso as straight as you can. And do this on the left side as well. Bring your left leg inside the arm and keep your torso as straight as you can. Now with one leg behind your shoulder, try to bring your hands to your head. So keeping your left leg behind your shoulder, bring your hands to your head. Now bringing your right leg to your shoulder. Again, bring your hands behind your head. And relax. Now let's get a deeper stretch to those inner thighs and hips. Also the knees to allow us to do Saptarishyasana. Come into Garudasana 4. Sitting in between your heels. Keeping your heels outside your hip and sitting in between them. Sit here keeping your back straight. So it's very important to keep your back straight in this position. Keep your knees on the ground, hips on the ground, and your feet on the ground. So the more you lean forward and down, you'll get a deeper stretch for those thighs and knees. start to slowly lean forward inch by inch. And lower yourself down. Raise up. And let's go back down and again hold it for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Raise up. And now in the same position, you're going to lean back onto your back. In Saptarishi Asana itself, leaning onto your back to get a deep stretch in the thighs. So all of these will help you open up the muscles so that you can do Saptarishi Asana. Lean back and hold here in Virasana. In Jatyasana, we're going to chant the Mahavakya 5 times. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Last one. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly raise up. Now attempting to enter into Saptarishi Asana. In this asana, you're going to visualize yourself as the Saptarishis, the great 7 sages of Hinduism that form the basis of Hinduism, the Sapta Maharishis. Gazing at your nose, doing the Shanta Kumbhaka, clenching your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and the Japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space. Remember, do the Shambhavi Mudra. Even though your eyes are open, keep your gaze completely turned inwards. And let's do Saptarishi Asana. Bringing your legs into the opposite armpits and pushing yourself open. Bringing both the legs and your hands behind your neck in Saptarishi Asana. Breathe in and out deeply as you do this asana. Dohu pag ki pag thali teen ki laake sujoya. Dohu kahani mairi dhare nasa drishti samoya. And slowly relax. As we enter into our next asana, which is Simhasana 2. Simhasana 2 is going to be a beautiful, powerful asana to stretch out your back and improve your Padmasana drastically. Let us see how to do it first. In Simhasana, you will be bringing your legs onto the opposite thighs, raising up on your knees and leaning your hips forward. So this is how you do Simhasana. For this asana, especially to hold your Padmasana here, you will need strong thighs, a deep thigh flexibility, and also mild back flexibility. So let's see how to do this. Now, first we're going to be working on the thighs, on improving the flexibility in our thighs. For that, you're going to come into Ushtrasana, but keeping one leg forward, a modification of Ushtrasana. Keep one leg forward, and from here, lean back. So from one leg forward and one knee back, lean back, bringing your respective hand to that foot. So if your left foot is backward, you're going to just bring your left hand to your left. Now the goal is not to stretch your back, but your thigh. So push your hip forward. This area, this hip area, is something you need to push forward. Push your hip forward, bringing your hand back towards the heel. And hold it here.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om.
Slowly relax.
We'll now be doing this on the other side. Place your left foot back and bring your right foot up now. And the same way, you're going to take your left hand, catch your left heel, and push your thighs in front. This is for a thigh stretch. Push your whole hip in front, and that will give you the thigh stretch over here. So hold over here. You can also bring your other hand behind, just leaning it back or placing it behind like this. That will give a deeper stretch. That will give the little bit back stretch also needed to do this asana.
And let's hold it here and do the Mahavakya 3 times. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Then slowly relax. Come to a seated position. Next step of Simhasana, we're going to be getting a torso stretch. Since it's important to have very flexible hips, torso, and inner thighs, we're going to be working on that next in Simhasana. Coming into Urdhva Pavanasana, which is raising your knees up and laying on your back, you're going to be twisting your knees to one side and your torso the other side. So keep your torso facing straight up, but bring your knees to the ground on the side. So this will give you a nice stretch. Hold it here. For the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivam. Relax your legs, doing this on the other side now. Twist your legs towards your right and your torso straight up. And let's hold it here. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Relax. Now you're going to be getting a deeper stretch for that same hip. Stretch your right leg straight down. Your right leg straight down. Bring your left leg over, straightening it out towards the side. So you're going to straighten your left leg out towards the side with your right leg down and your torso in the opposite direction. This will give you a very deep stretch in Jatara Parivritti Asana. Hold it again now for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. You will feel it all along the leg, especially the leg that is on top, the left leg in this case. You'll feel it from the thighs to the shins, the knees, the ankles, all being completely stretched out. And let's hold it. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And relax. Straighten your left leg, bringing your right leg across your body this time. And stay here. This time, bringing your right leg on top. Straighten it out with the left leg below. Feel the stretch all across the hip, the shins, and turn in the opposite direction. And let's hold. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. Come back to a seated position. And now let's again try to do Simhasana. Bringing your legs into Padmasana. Pull it towards the opposite thighs. To do Simhasana, you're going to need a very strong Padmasana since you're going to be arcing your body in the opposite direction. Padmasana is always the easiest when you're leaning forward, but this, since we're going to be leaning backward, you're going to need a very, very strong Padmasana. So first come onto your knees. Bring your hands to the ground. And from here, you're going to try to straighten out the body. Do it very slowly. So the minute you start, you'll feel that your Padmasana slides down. Pull it back up. Hold it tight, pushing your toes against your thighs and walking your hands forward, shifting the weight down. Feel the stretch in your thighs as you do it. Walking yourself forward and shifting your weight down. This is how you do Simhasana 2. Just walking yourself forward. It's important to hold your Padmasana tight. and shifting the weight onto your hips. In this asana, you're going to be visualizing yourself as a lion, a simha, gazing at your third eye. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling the sound of an ocean. Clench your perineum in the Mula Bandha. With the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in your inner space, do the Shambhavi Mudra. Even though your eyes are open, let your complete awareness be inwards. Let's do Simhasana together now. Bring your feet to the opposite thighs, raising up onto your knees. Lean forward and down and hold.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सैंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्.
Slowly relax. Now, let's move into some pull down asanas. We're coming towards the end of today's yoga. Then stretch your legs out first. Since our whole yoga today has been in Padmasana, giving our knees some rest. Stretch your legs out. Try to point your toes down. When you point your toes down, you will stretch out your knees. Point your toes down and hold it. Try to push your knees towards the ground here, giving it a nice stretch. You can slightly lift your hips off the ground as well, straightening your body. Bring your feet up and pull your knees towards your chest, clasping your arms around it in Pavanamuktasana. Hold it here for a few seconds, bringing your chin towards your knees. Let's hold this for chanting the Mahavakya 5 times.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्. ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्. ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax. Coming onto your knees, and again let's do Vajrasana or 5 Mahavakyas chanting. Lean forward and down, your arms stretched out in front of you.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्. ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्. ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्. ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्.
Come back up. Now, in this position, stretch one leg forward with one leg by the side of your hips. This will give you an even deeper stretch, and flex your toes upwards, trying to hold on to it with your toes. So this will work out the knees, giving yourself a good stretch. Hold on to your toes and let's hold for 3 Mahavakya chanting.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Then now switch the legs around, stretching your left leg forward, right leg outside of the hip. Let's hold it for the count of 3 Mahavakyas.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Slowly relax. With that, let us come to Shavasana. Come to a complete lying down position with your legs extended towards the sides, arms, side of your body, palms facing upwards. Visualize yourself as Paramashiva resting in Samadhi. Do the Shakti Charan Mudra, keeping your awareness on the energy flowing through your body. With the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam reverberating in your inner space. Don't fall asleep, be in pure awareness. and legs. Prop yourself up into a seated position. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You have completed successfully today's Nithyananda Yoga. If you had any breakthroughs, how you felt each asana to be, please do share it in the comment section. If you struggled anywhere and you would like some further guidance, also please do share that. And don't forget that Swamiji is revealing the powerful Paramashiva Sena program, which is a free 30-day program to help you manifest your ultimate, becoming a direct ambassador of Paramashiva. Do sign up for that if you're interested. And with that, let us end today's Nithyananda Yoga by offering our gratitude at the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, by concluding with the Purna Mantra.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Namastu. Om Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, thank you everyone. See you tomorrow.